Chapter 7 Bugs and Bacteria. What's the first thing you learned about in school that scared you? Really, really scared you? Maybe this hasn't happened for you yet. For me, it was the Black Death, or the bubonic plague. I'll never forget learning about the Black Death for the first time in my 9th grade history class, and remember to this day Mrs. Morin's vivid and terrifying descriptions of people dying in their homes, in streets, in churches, everywhere across Europe hundreds of years before. I have always loved learning about history in and out of school. I loved the subject so much I chose to major in history and literature in college. My trips as a kid to the library I mentioned earlier, they were often to check out books about actual historical figures that fascinated and inspired me, like the medieval Eleanor of Aquitaine, the only person to ever sit on both the thrones of England and France, or fictional historical characters that similarly captured my imagination, like the American Revolutionary War era Johnny Tremaine, a resilient silversmith apprentice. I used to dream I was riding alongside Eleanor in 12th century France and Johnny in 18th century Boston. To say I had a romanticized view of the past would be accurate. Then came that day in Mrs. Morin's class, hearing that whole families and even towns had died gruesome, horrible deaths because of a bacteria made me very grateful to live in the then late 20th century, to have wonderful doctors, and to live after Dr. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, which paved the way for modern antibiotics. Viruses have been around a long time. Bacteria have been around even longer. This is all relative. Along with parasites, they've tormented people for thousands of years, and likely tormented our pre-human ancestors for millions of years. It's important to understand the differences between the viruses, bacteria, and parasites that make us sick so we can have a better chance of protecting people today and defeating the diseases in the future. As antivirals are used to treat viruses, antibiotics are used to treat bacterial infections, though they work very differently. Specific antivirals work only against specific viruses, because viruses use their own cells to reproduce, and nobody wants a medicine that kills all the healthy cells in our body while killing the virus. Antibiotics historically have worked against many different bacteria by attacking bacterial cell walls. That's safe for our healthy cells because human cells don't have cell walls. But these days, antibiotics are getting less effective at doing their job because too many people aren't taking the right antibiotics for the right things in the right way, and the wily bacteria are growing resistant to them. Still, while researchers work on new antibiotics and new strategies to help people take antibiotics appropriately, we should all be grateful to mold. Yes, mold, the green stuff that grows on fruit or bread left out too long. And messiness. Yes, truly, messiness. In 1928, Dr. Alexander Fleming was cleaning his lab and found penicillium mold, but no bacteria, on part of one lone petri dish, a shallow dish where bacteria are grown. All the other petri dishes had bacteria and no mold. Something in the mold had killed the bacteria. Dr. Fleming and his team quickly realized how powerful the mold extract penicillin could be. Penicillin is from the Latin word for paintbrush. While it took almost 15 more years for researchers to figure out how to mass-produce penicillin, it's hard to imagine the last 70-plus years without it. Penicillin and newer antibiotics have helped me get over strep throat and other infections more than a few times throughout my life. I'm sure you have similar stories. Thank you, Dr. Fleming. We'll come back to antibiotics, but let's talk first about why we need them at all.